Well, lovies, I am back this week to talk about feelings. I don't know if any of you remember that song. It was called Feelings, Nothing More Than Feelings. And I always loved that. And I really want to talk a little bit about this because I think this is one of the hardest ones that we have to unwind. At least it was one of the hardest ones that I had to unwind and to step into the truth that nobody is making you feel what you are feeling, especially your children. And when I finally got it, that my daughter was not causing me to feel a certain thing, she was actually triggering it. I realized that my reactions were caused by how I interpreted her actions. So, this is so important because it actually gives us an empowerment to know that ultimately we are our own resource of emotional safety and freedom. And we have the capacity inside of our being to work with whatever feelings come up instead of feeling like the external is always out to get us, or we need to control our children's behavior so that we don't feel certain things. Now, as children, we learn this very, very early. Think about when you were in preschool or when your kids are in preschool, and let's say two kids are playing, and Johnny grabs the toy from Billy, and the teacher, comes over and says, "You hurt Johnny's feelings. Say you're sorry." And it's like, what? Okay, Billy, Johnny didn't hurt Billy's feelings. Johnny took Billy's toy away. That's what happened. But Johnny gets really confused at this moment. It's like, well, what are these feeling things? I mean, like I hurt his feelings. Now I'm responsible. Must be really powerful that I can hurt someone's feelings. Now, in taking the toy away, of course, Billy had lots of feelings, but those feelings lived inside of Billy. Johnny did not cause those, so he couldn't fix them even with his sorry. So as we learn this, it is such a big one. It's so pervasive. I will tell you a quick story. My daughter, of course, went to preschool and she was learning this. And in our home, we didn't talk about hurting feelings, but we were in the car one night and she asked me if we could go have ice cream. And I said, "Oh, sweetheart, we're not going to get ice cream tonight. We're going to go home." And she goes, "You hurt my feelings." Because she had been watching in preschool that when someone said, "You hurt my feelings," then the other usually gave in or gave them what they wanted or said they were sorry. And because who wants to hurt somebody's feelings, right? So if you're listening to this, it may be tweaking you a little bit, but I want you to check it out. And one of the ways you'll know that your feelings live inside of you is your child's behavior. It may trigger different reactions or feelings inside of your partner, right? So if they don't have some energy around a certain behavior, if it doesn't activate feelings of rejection or powerlessness or helpless, feelings that are so difficult for us, your partner may react very different. They may not be emotionally triggered by that. And you may feel just so hurt. You may feel when your child doesn't do what you want them to do, you may feel so rejected and abandoned, where your partner may not feel that at all. They may just say, we got to do this and move on and support the child in doing what they need to do. So think on this and watch it in the world. Why do certain things hurt your feelings and they don't hurt other people's feelings? Well, it's because nobody is making you feel what you're feeling. Those feelings live inside, they've been with you, and again, they are caused by how you interpret the situation. Now, as children, we interpreted situations from a very young vantage point. Yes, I remember when my daughter was little and she would hit the table. and she would get mad at the table. When she'd run into the table, she would get mad at that table and feel like that table had hurt her feelings or caused her to feel pain, right? So this is a very young black and white thinking that happens for us as children. And so, of course, we had feelings when we didn't get what we wanted, or when someone yelled at us, or when someone didn't understand us. We had feelings that arose, but the outside did not cause those feelings. They activated those feelings that live inside of us. So, lovies, this is a really big one to step into. So if you're having some feelings in me just talking about this, all I ask this week is for you to check it out. Watch, just be aware of when you feel your feelings have been hurt, but then the person next to you doesn't, and the exact same behavior was happening. Now, the empowerment piece, I want to say one more time, once we recognize our feelings live inside of us, we can offer ourselves kindness and love for those feelings instead of feeling like or thinking that we need to change everyone's behavior outside so that we always feel at peace. All right, lovies, I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week on Parenting Paused. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy work.